Welcome.
Okay, welcome. Welcome to Keep It Tight.
How are you little sausage?
Well, I tell you what. Well, I'm not complaining. That's my new thing. I'm not going to complain at all. Did I tell you I read this book? You know, I do love to pick up the odd self-help spiritual book. So I picked up one called Magic Words quite recently, which is all about just changing the narrative, changing your story. Basically, just change your story, whatever situation you're in, to stop the negative coming in. And a huge part of it is don't complain. Don't complain. So I'm on that buzz now. So let's see how long that lasts.
Well, it's not a great opener when you say to somebody, how are you? You said, my new thing now is I'm not complaining, because that lets me know you've many complaints. Well, there's just too many to list.
Yeah, well, let's address the fact that there's a bit of sunlight this morning for probably the first time in 6 weeks. There was
Deirdre
a sunrise.
Met Aaron, okay?
There was a sunrise. I swear to God, I actually jumped out of the bed and went, oh, Jesus, there's a blue sky and a bit of sun.
Oh, no, Deirdre, it's been needed because remember I was on to you for a Valentine's and I was going to fucking Castlebar. So I came out of the floods of Dublin and I'm driving to Castlebar and it started snowing and it started snowing and it started sticking. And I was like, are you having a fucking laugh? The next day I had Tommy's little class birthday party. I was like, oh, I'm not getting home for that tomorrow now. I'm going to be stranded here. Now, it did melt, thank God, but everyone is feeling the effects of it. And no one more so than Castlebar, because when I was in Castlebar, right, and I was walking back to my little B&B, right, just around the corner. And there was a young lad, I'd say fucking 22 max, right? And I have my big coat on. Do you know my big black coat? Shane calls it my bouncer coat. But basically, long story short, I bought it on ASOS. I love the coat. I have no problems with the coat. But I bought tall.
Long belted full coat, yeah.
Exactly. So, and I bought it in tall rather than fucking petite. So it's massive, but I like it. Anyway, I have that on. I have a fucking granny hat on because of the snow. And I see this young fella in the car with the window down and the alloys and all that jazz, and he's at the traffic lights, okay, and I'm waiting to cross. And as he drives off, okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Deirdre, God love him, he throws me a wink, and I thought, fucking hell, this is a sorry state of affairs. This poor young man is throwing this fucking L1 a wink. I nearly kind of said to him, do you want a quick hand job? Like, God love you.
I nearly did a Miriam Margolyes on it.
Yeah. Oh, I get what she's saying now because there was nobody around. I was like, look at this poor lad on Valentine's night, just driving around, just rallying around the place with fuck all to do. I was like, so look, I hope he's at least enjoying the sun.
Yeah.
God,
it was a new low. I wonder, was it a new low? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe you were a high.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh, I mean, I looked like a black bin bag with a little ghostly face. Like you couldn't see me hair. Maybe that's what he's into.
So he could have been winking at literally anyone or anything.
If there was a turnip sitting on a black bin bag, that was pretty much the same as how I looked.
Well, he liked the turnip. He was going to
Come here, though. You've had a holiday.
Well, we'll call it a working holiday, okay? But I did work.
Oh, you did? Okay, yeah.
You see, my son was off skiing with his pal, and his mother, my friend from the school, she was taking the boat, and I kind of realised, there's no other mother with her. And I thought, Jesus, I can't leave her now for the whole week with the two boys in her own. So I went out for 4 nights. They were out for the whole week.
Okay, can we acknowledge here now that you have school pals that take your son skiing? I'm delighted, grateful if somebody's taking my child.
This
Yeah,
happens in
but
secondary.
someone's taken my child to Nuckrow for a couple of hours. I'm like, actually, I have more Nuckrow gossip in a sec, but go on anyway. Tell us about this now. I'm
Anyway, yes,
fascinated.
this does happen. Maybe it's the fancy school. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it could possibly be the
Yeah,
fee-paying
yeah,
school. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Well, there has to be
You're
some
West
upside
British.
though,
Go on.
because
Yeah, go on.
dear God, I do have a bit of bitterness about the fees. Oh God, why did I do this? Anyway, so yes, she very kindly and generously said, "I'll take the boys skiing," and she had taken them last year, but there was another mother with her. So then I realised, oh Christ, she's going to be on her own. So I thought, I can't. That's not fair. But I don't ski, and I have no desire to ski. That ship has sailed. I've tried
Yeah.
it. Do you know my personality? I don't have a lot of patience for things that I'm not good at.
Really?
So skiing, you do. It's a young man. You need to be young, learn to ski. Otherwise, you're falling over.
Yeah, you not having patience for things. That's crazy. Can't get my head
Yeah,
around that. Yeah.
correct. So
I've asked Gavin to put the start of this podcast in Thanks a Milf, by the way.
the
All
very
the prep.
start.
Yeah, all the prep of you getting ready and Steve
Oh,
over your shoulder.
that's a good idea. State me. Oh, I know. I do get very stressed about the technology. Very. It's because I've never used a computer in my life. I've never used
You're
a
just
laptop.
impatient. You're
No,
impatient with stuff you're not good at.
I don't like when I'm not good at this. I don't know. It stresses me. It really stresses me because I'm just like, you're saying to me, use the minimizer button. And I'm thinking, I don't know what a minimizer button is. The fuck is she
My point is, I could only imagine you on the fucking slopes. No, love.
No. I mean, I tried it. I tried the slopes years ago, and day 3 of falling over, bruised arse, I said, I'm going to that bar over there with me books. I have a bag of books, and I'm going to drink a bottle of wine for the day and watch people skiing while I read. And I had the loveliest time because you know what? Snow was beautiful. Oh my God.
Yes, fresh.
I do feel very lucky now. I hadn't seen snow, Emma, for a long time. No, you saw a bit on the way to Castlebar, but I'm talking mountain ranges and beautiful snow and the white. And I tell you what else, I was very lucky. I had a couple of really nice hikes and the silence. Did you see I posted a bit of silence?
No, I didn't see it.
Even on my Instagram when I was up, when I did my climb, I did a nice 3-hour hike up to a lake on my own. But I get to a certain point, there's a quiet in snow. I suppose that's because the ground is like a carpet. You don't get the same quiet anywhere else. It's just, you can hear the silence. And all you can hear is little birds chirping and the white light off the snow. Oh, Jesus, it's heavenly. So anyway.
Did you look into villas?
I thought,
are you moving there?
Well, I always think I'm moving. Wherever I go, I think, oh, yes, I think I could move here. That doesn't last long. And it's not cold I'm after, as you know. Although I'm very envious of these people. Like I was in the Italian Alps, flew into Turin, and I thought these people get proper snow winters where they can ski and proper hot summers where they go to the beach. They don't have to look for summer camps for their children. They go to the beach. That is their culture for the whole summer. And for the whole winter, they ski. Like,
I know.
We really
are
deprived in the climate department. We are very deprived.
And they eat pasta and pastries and chocolate and smoke.
And can I just say the pizza was like nothing I've had before. It was divine. I had a pizza most days because I thought, well, I'm not going to get pizza like this again for a while. So just have it. Like it was just heavenly. But anyway, that's why we've got culture. That's why we've got arts festivals and there's a lot of music and there's a lot of writing. And I do think if we were all in fabulous climate, skiing and lying in the sun, we wouldn't create as much because we wouldn't need to. So that's where I think the art comes from, the oppressive weather.
Okay, yeah, we need to do something. We need to busy ourselves.
Yeah, we have to busy ourselves, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's why we've got crack.
Well, that sounds lovely. I had a midterm action here as well. Basically, I just took the kids to Nuckrow there on Thursday. We didn't do any skiing per se. Took them to Nuckrow because they wanted to hit tigers.
Guess what, Emma? You are going to be skiing very soon.
I know, yeah. Very
you
soon.
And me at Altitude Fest. Anybody who's interested in comedy and skiing, I should let you know that we are going to Altitude Fest at the end of March. 1st of April, is it?
Yes.
And
1st
we
of
will be
April.
performing there and recording a pod there, am I right?
You are correct. And I'm actually in Galway, I should mention, on a Friday night. I met Anne-Marie. I'm sure you've met Anne-Marie at gigs.
Of course. Comedy
But
Anne-Marie,
she's
yes.
going.
She takes all the photographs.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she was saying she's going. I was like, oh, deadly. But
if there's comedy, Anne-Marie is there.
Oh yeah, and she's just kind of real casual with it. Like she's not all over, everyone, or it's not like she's a groupie, but she's just very into comedy.
For a long time now. I think she's she's kind of part of the scene. She's an aficionado, isn't she? Is that the word? Aficionado?
Oh, totally. But come here. When I was in Nutgrove, I heard the biggest L1 thing ever. And I said, when I start saying stuff like that, so I'm in. I feel like I'm definitely L1 now, but I'm middling ring of it. You know what I mean? I'm not like proper L1, but I'm definitely there, and that's fine.
You're on your way.
Ah, yeah, I accept that. So there was a lad in Nutgrove, some man, God love him, but he was kicking off. He was having a bad time. He was having a bit of an episode, right? And he was shouting, giving it all that. And there was people kind of around him trying to assist him, trying to help him out, see if they could help him, whatever. Yeah?
Might it have just been a bit of Tourette's?
No, he was having a bad time.
Okay.
He was having a bad time. Look, it happens. And you're kind of like, it's one of those things where you don't want to look because whatever, he's going through something, and then people are kind of looking because, it's hard not to look and whatever. And he's kicking off. There's a bit of argy-bargy and whatever. Everyone is safe, but a bit of argy-bargy. And a woman, a bit older than me, turns to me and she says, I think there's something wrong with him. I was like, no shit, right?
No shit, Sherlock. Yeah, he's having a meltdown in front of
our He's having an episode. But I know when I start doing it for that stuff, I know I'm fucked. I do it sometimes when I'm with Ella and I'm in the car and I'll say things like, there's a big dog. She's like, yes, I see the big dog. Well done. Like, this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Pointing out
you're
the
just
fucking
literally
obvious.
commenting on everything you see.
Yeah, I'm basically just playing I Spy.
Yeah.
But it's like no one else is playing.
Tell us what happened to the lad with the episode.
Nothing. I don't know. I didn't wait around to see what happened. I think it was unrelated to the week before when someone had crashed into the 3 shop. But it's all kicking off in Nutgrove.
This could be people's reaction to the bad weather. I mean, people could.
I think it is though. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, episodes. People are having episodes. They're in a panic. So let's just go. Yes. I can see the light shine in your face now today. See where you're sitting there now.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Well, close remotely.
Close a little bit. Yeah, because Granny was away.
It looks very nice.
It is. And then I'm going away tomorrow. I have my family coming over now shortly. I was in Vicar Street. I was in Vicar Street last night.
How was that? Fabulous.
Deirdre, if I have to, I'll say it myself, knocked it out of the park. I had a great time. They were brilliant. And it was my first time actually doing Vicar Street where it was just myself. I had no support. Because sometimes, the way I don't have a support, but I might get someone for Vicar Street and give someone the opportunity to do the 10 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's kind of humming on. And I was like, nah, fuck it, I'll leave it. I'll do it myself. A great crack. I'd Sarah MacDonald doing my pictures, so she's always good for a chat and a gossip and getting a few rowdy pics. I'll get a few pics in Vicar. And I just bloody loved it. It was just, I had the time of my life.
Amazing.
The way, because I've been doing it since September and I hadn't done a Vicar yet.
Oh, you hadn't done, so that's your...
Yeah,
I have to say, I think this is your Mecca, you're Dublin, it's a Dublin crowd, you're a Dublin girl. It's, your fans are definitely, your diehard fans, I think. Not that they aren't around the country, they are. But
yes, but I was dying to get in there because I was like, I'll just be able to, I won't have to think about anything, or will they get this bit, or will they get, as you can just totally roll with it.
Well, I'm hoping to come and see you in there on the 22nd.
Oh yeah, next weekend.
Yes.
I'm in there. I'm in there on the Friday and Saturday.
I get a seat for you. I'll have to bring Daniel.
That's fine.
It's ridiculous. The fandom is out of control. Telling his mate on the holidays, Emma Doran. Hilarious. Hilarious.
Love it.
Magic. My son's favourite comedian. Emma Doran.
Well, I did my meet and greet last night, and some people were queuing up, and a woman was queuing up with her husband, and she says to me, "He's mad for you."
Tell us this, do you announce that you're going to do a meet and greet? Do you say, if you want to say hello to me, I'll be over here?
I said to them, I tell you what I said to them last night. So I'd been chatting to a few people, and I said to them, I said, look, if anyone wants to say hello after the show, I will be there. But I was like, if you do that, I was like, they'll fucking stay to you. I was like, if you're waiting around to get a picture with me, get a fucking grip.
That's
so
funny.
I put them off the scent.
And then the diehards just appear.
Few people come and say hello, which is lovely, because actually in Galway, so I was in Galway on the Friday, Galway was fucking great. It's in the black box. This girl came up to me who I knew when I was in primary school. So she used to get minded in a house in my estate. And there was a few of us that went to primary school together, and she was in my class, and we all used to hang out. And it was so gorgeous to see her, because she was actually in my book when I'm, like when you're kind of starting it off and you're given like a bit of background on what your childhood was like. And she was in it. And I used to, so it was just her and her man. And I remember going to her house, and she was like, this girl was like quite creative. And they had like a lovely vibe in the house, because it was just women in the house, And she had a video of her uncle had been in Law and Order. And I was like, that sparked you. Sparked your interest. But you can imagine the head on fucking 9-year-old Emma. I was like, oh, she's my fucking in. I was like, she is connected to Hollywood.
Into show business now.
Yeah. I was like, this is fucking amazing. Anyway, she came to the gig in Galway. I had no idea she was coming.
What's become of the uncle who was in Law and Order?
He's actually quite sick at the moment.
Oh.
Which is sad, because
did he continue to be an actor?
I think so. Yeah, he was living in America and doing bits and bobs and living the dream.
Oh.
But I didn't know she was coming. I just saw her after the gig. And it was so lovely to see her. When you see someone from your past. And she said, oh, me and my mum have been watching it. And she said, I've read the book. She was like, oh, neither one of us are surprised. And she's like, when I saw you on stage, I was like, that's Emma. And she's like, I heard your little laugh, I was like, that's Emma's little laugh. And I was so touched by it, because I was like, isn't that so nice that you're the same as you were when you were like an 8-year-old kid? I was like, it's just really lovely. And I was telling Shane this when I came home. And I was like, it's just lovely. And he's like, yeah. He goes, oh, the usual shy people say.
Totally took the nostalgia out of it for you.
Yeah, but you know the way people will often say about somebody, she knew straight away, you'd know, oh yeah, they were going to do this, they were going to do that. But I was having a lovely fucking whimsical time for myself. He's like, the usual fucking carology bollocks. But anyway, she's looking great. She looks exact same. But it was lovely to see her. And that's it. So I had Galway and Vicar Street this week. And then
That's plenty.
Yeah, I did go a few more last week. Last week was busier with the Castle bars and all that jazz. And they were mortified in Castle Bar, because there was a new marketing manager, and she said, Jesus, there's no sandwiches. There's no sandwiches for me backstage.
Oh my God, that's not like the TLT. There's always sandwiches there.
No, I did order food, but I did order food anyway. Like they do have lovely food.
Yes.
But I was sitting there, and they had glasses, they had stuff like, they had crisps and whatever. And I'm looking around, and I'm like, oh, where's the water? And they had, I was like, maybe this is water. I was like, a flask. And I opened it up, and no, it was vegetable soup. They always keep me guessing. And I was like, so I was supping on a bit of vegetable soup before the gig. I booked a B&B, Bernie's place in Castlebar, because it was like basically so close to the venue and whatever. I was like, that's grand, that'll do me. Then there's
always a story with the B&B.
Oh, always, Deirdre. I gets there.
You didn't find a cat on your bed, did you? That's happened.
No. I got to the B&B, and I booked a B&B without a bathroom, shared
Oh,
bathroom,
oh
B&B.
gosh. You're in with some family. Some
Yeah, I'm
random
living
family.
with them now. And I thought to myself,
I don't know.
no, I won't.
You're going to
I
learn everything, Deirdre, aren't you? You're not going
Yeah.
to listen to me. No.
I'm going to do me wheeze and I'm going to brush my teeth, but we'll be having a shower when we get home tomorrow. Thanks. Grand. Bedroom's lovely. It's all good. Okay. Then I'm leaving to go to the gig. There's a man staying there in another room, and as I'm walking down the hall, he's sitting on his bed on his phone with his door open. And he's like,
No.
I hear you. And I'm like, oh, that's great. I'm getting
We'll
assaulted
get
now
you
by
to
him
prison. Yeah.
in the middle of the night.
In the next cell over, there's a man on his phone. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sitting
I'm coming
on the
for
edge of
you.
his bed. Yeah.
Number. What were you?
I can't remember. So I was like, hey, how's it going? But now, thankfully, when I got back, he had closed his door. But there was a big to-do in Castlebar because Smokey was there. Now, do you know Smokey?
I remember Smokey.
Yes.
Command.
So Smokey...
Husky voice. What was the big song? What was the hit song?
Well, one of the songs I was told was Living Next Door to Alice.
Living next door to Alice. Husky, like that.
The main guy from Smokey...
Cracking Smokey impression, just saying. Go on.
The main guy from Smokey. So Smokey's the band, is that
He was in
correct?
the next room in the B&B on his phone.
No. What's his name? Is his name Christopher something?
I wouldn't have a clue now. I wouldn't remember names for that.
Right, we'll just call him Chris. So the lead chap in Smokey, he is playing in the TF Royal, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So his audience are a bit older. Was Smokey in the 70s?
Yeah. Yeah, like you're not getting anyone under 50 going to see Smokey.
No. They told me, and we keep this between ourselves.
Oh, now who's they? Smokey? You got chatting to Smokey?
I didn't get chatting to Smokey. I'm just saying, word on the street was.
Oh, yes. Yeah, but Detective Tom was out in the street getting the word. Go on.
Of course, I was out there with my dictaphone.
The word was.
They had to get extra security because there was L1s trying to get backstage to him, looking for a grope and a feel and a fondle and a hello and how are you. So now I didn't get to see him, but I'd heard he's 70, but he looks 50s. He's in great nick.
Touch to find out what he's had done exactly.
Yeah, well, I know, but he's in great nick. Was the rumor going around? This was Valentine's night, so the place was buzzing. People were getting their steaks and all that jazz.
Yeah, it's an extraordinary venue, the TLT in Castlebar.
Oh,
amazing!
Yeah.
2,000 people at holds, or is it more? And they had the Eurovision. They used to hold the Eurovision.
Oh, well, believe it.
Yeah. It's like
and you wouldn't know from the street at all.
No. It's extraordinary. It's huge. Yeah.
But yeah, so they were all trying to get into Smokey to get a bit of action. I'll just call him Smokey. His name's not Smokey.
We'll just call him Smokey. And
just call him Smokey.
Right. Okay. And so that was the crack in Castlebar. That was the vibe.
Yes, but a couple. So I was chatting to people after, and I was asking a few people, "What's the crack with your man Smokey and all that jazz and whatever?" I was chatting to a couple. So Smokey started at 8. I started at 9. Do you know that dealio?
Yeah.
A couple, obviously, as you said, his audience, you're not going to get anyone under 50 at that gig. There was a couple at my gig, and they said to me, we spent the first half an hour in at Smokey. And
that's exactly what happened to me the first time I was up there. I told you. People thought Alan Clark was my opening act and that I was on next. And then for half an hour, 40 minutes into Alan Clark, they go, I don't think Deirdre's coming on.
Oh, yeah. So, like you and the people going to see Alan and the people going to see you, I don't think they'd be that different to the eye. Maybe.
No, not to the eye, no.
But this couple said they were raging then because what had happened was other people they had said to them, are you going to the comedy? Are you going to the comedy? But she said, I said to her, it's the fucking coat, love. I talked because I have a bit about full length Gilets. I was like, "Is the coat letting you down?" And she said, "He said it to me about this fucking coat. He said I have to get rid of it. It's fucking putting 20 years on me." So they hadn't been
I think
asked.
coats can be very aging.
Yes,
And
they
how
hadn't
one
been
coat.
asked. They saw them and they assumed that that's Smokey's crew in Years Go. They didn't
Oh,
even
you
ask
see?
them if they were going to
Okay.
the comedy. So they had to kind of push that down and then bop onto the comedy when they trick, because they're like, "Geez, this is mad that she's got this band on before her. There's quite the production now before this." Sure.
And you just got nobody traveling with you.
No, I'm sure
You're a
I'm sitting in
one-man
there drinking soup out of a flask. You know what I mean? I don't have a band. There's nothing. There's only me. So yes, isn't that very? As I'm speaking of coats, coats can really age you.
Coats are aging, Emma. Like if you wear
Yeah.
a like those long wool coats, you have to be very careful about them. The belted ones, especially. I think suddenly now
Yes.
you look like your mammy going around in the big long coat. You have to get them very right.
Well, I had a long cardigan that I actually adored. I
Yeah.
really loved the cardigan. But I put it in a charity bag because what I was doing was I was wearing it as a dressing gown. I was wearing it as a coat. I had it as a
You know,
blanket.
we do
I
that,
was
yeah.
wearing it when I had my pajamas on. I was wearing it when I was dressed. I was wearing it getting out of the shower, into the shower. It was stitched to me. It was stitched to me.
It was a
Couldn't.
comfort blanket, essentially.
Oh yeah.
And Shane got to the point of, please get the fuck rid of that. Did he?
He didn't. He couldn't give a shite. Nothing's going to put him off. You could be sitting there dying, and he'd be like, "Will we have a quick ride?" Like he wouldn't give a fuck.
Okay.
You're like, "I actually have leprosy. I have leprosy, Shane."
He
And
would
he'd
have
be like,
given
"It's
you a wink on
grand."
the road then, as well, in the black bag in the hat.
It would have. But yeah,
Yeah.
coats. But I loved that cardigan, and I was like, "No,
Why
it
did you get
has."
rid of it then?
Because I was addicted to the cardigan. I couldn't stop wearing the cardigan. It was a mental health issue. As I say, if you find yourself wearing the same cardigan 3 days in a row, you need to book a holiday. That's when you know that the mental health is at a crisis level situation.
I think cardigans are very aging as well. And I'll tell you what else is very aging. A string of pearls.
Oh,
Put a
you
string of
think?
pearls on you and add 10 years. Yeah, yeah. Who wears pearls? What young one is wearing? There's something about pearls. They're not youthful unless you're 19. If you're
Oh, yeah.
pearls are great. So I think you have to be very young or very old.
To wear the
I like
pearls.
them on older ladies, pearls.
Yes.
But
I like pearls.
I put them on me now and I'd say you'd age me 10 years. And I'd throw in money at this place. I keep it young. So you won't find me in a string of pearls anytime soon. Now, I have to tell you about me hike. I
Oh,
on my
yeah.
way
3 hours. Fair
on my
play to
way
you.
down the mountain, Emma.
Hmm.
On my way down, suddenly pains in the knees. You talk about and carry on. Back pains in the knees. I was going, what the fuck is this? The knees are going now. I thought, oh, this is a new low, but they were really very bad. And then when we went out that night, I was like, oh God, knees. And I realised I've had pains in my knees since I was a teenager. I don't know whether it was from the Irish dancing,
Yes.
kneeling on pews in churches, because I was kneeling on pews for years, love. You have to remember, I was at Mass 7 mornings a week before breakfast. 7 mornings. That's why I'm such a holy Jill. Knees are destroyed. And did I ever? I told you about the time of the massage, didn't I? And this is why I told you I won't have a massage. Massages are gone for me because there's so many bits of my body I have to tell them not to touch.
Oh yes, yeah.
And don't touch that arm. Don't touch the knees. Don't touch the neck because my vertigo could come back. So there's 3 areas already. So I've decided no. But the bad massage, the one I decided she dislodged some cartilage in my knee because I drove off perfectly delighted with it. I stopped in Kildare Village, was getting a bowl of pasta in Donan-Cochenzie, as you do, and the next thing I got this sharp pain in the knee. And Emma, I had to put the leg straight out.
Yeah.
I couldn't bend my leg, so I was sitting with one leg, eating a bowl of pasta with one leg. I wish I could show you on this. One leg straight out this way, tripping up the waitress every time she passed me, trying to eat a bowl of pasta, couldn't bend the knee without going,
oh,
like
God.
sharp, excruciating pain, right? Ate the pasta, sat there waiting. I couldn't walk. I couldn't get up to walk. So I had to wait for this to kind of just subside a bit. So it subsided a bit enough that I could just put it on the ground. I then had to get up and walk to the car with the one leg straight out in front of me, like Jake the Peg, straight out. And then I got into the car, and then I realised, I have another problem now. I just had to get back to it. How can I drive the car? And I had to pull the seat right back because I had the one long leg straight out on the left. And I couldn't drive. I had to wait another half an hour until the pain subsided enough that I could bend the leg another bit. So my knees, love, my knees are an issue now.
Well,
Another
look
issue.
as you were telling that, I was obviously enjoying the story, but also I'm listening to it in a professional capacity to see what's the issue here, what's wrong with you. And I had a problem before getting cramps in my feet.
Oh, Nurse Emma is stepping up. Yeah.
And I even had a
Nurse Emma.
Nurse Emma has on.
Are you drinking your water? Did you elongate yourself?
No, but Deirdre, this is the thing. I was getting these cramps in my feet, and I remember on stage one time I had to literally jump off stage and throw the boot off.
I am so glad you said that. I am getting a cramp in my foot on the stage.
Okay, so first of all, it's footwear. But second of all, Deirdre, you have to hydrate yourself. That is dehydration. Now, I looked it up because I'm a nurse, just to verify, fact check. It's dehydration. I swear to God.
Cramps in the foot. Comes back to, are you drinking your water?
I swear to God.
Wow. I'm just going to have a little slug.
Yeah. So honestly, I was getting these cramps in my feet. And it's this thing where I have to take off the footwear. Sometimes, Deirdre, it was so bad. It was like my foot was trying to make itself into a fist, and I'd have to try and open it out. And I'd have to what I would have to do to try and get rid of it was kind of like what you were saying with your knee, but I'd have to try and stand out on the foot as flat as I could. I'd try and kept pressing down on it. It happened me on stage a couple of times. Agony.
Yeah, God Almighty, I haven't been that bad, but I have it. I get it on the stage, and I realize, oh God, okay, I have to stand in a certain way, like put the foot in a certain position. But I've never had to take the shoe off. However, now that you're saying about the foot clenching like this, have you ever had, like on my right foot where there's a slight bunion, occasionally the fucking foot goes right over here like this, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Like it's having a spasm.
Like it's having a spasm.
Yeah.
You have to push it back. Do you get this as well?
I've got the spasm feet, yeah. I've got the
Oh my God. Well, I tell you now.
I want to do hairdressers get it. It's from standing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Maybe it's the standing.
That long. Like a show, I'm only on the stage an hour and a half. Like, I'm not saying like hairdressers are on their feet from morning to night.
I know. But it's still more standing than the average, is it not?
I don't think so. I wouldn't have thought so. An hour and a half is not very much, love. I've decided as well that this bit, because I can't have anyone. If there's somebody who goes, "Hi, Deirdre," and they pat me here, I'll go like this.
Yeah, I know. You've got the arm thing as well.
I decided this is from gripping microphones for years.
Okay.
I've decided it's this muscle. I must be tensing the arm or something.
Yeah. You're in fucking bits. It's in a craze.
That I did there.
But all these bits, though, isn't it pity? Wouldn't you think that you'd be able to work these into the shuffle and use them to your advantage with the spasm feet, the bandy knees, and the wobbly arm?
Emma, I'm very disappointed in myself. I'm doing so badly with keeping up the shuffling. I'm devastated with myself. Deirdre. I'll have to try and pick it up. Maybe now that the rain has stopped, I'm putting it down to the rain.
Deirdre, Deirdre, let's just be fucking honest for a moment. There is nobody now listening to this podcast thinking to themselves,
I
Deirdre can keep the shuffling up. Deirdre can keep the shuffling up. Oh my God. I'm fucking rocked to me core. I hope everything's okay. It's not like her. That's not like her now. I really thought she was going to stick with it with the shuffling. I thought she was going to be on the late 6 months.
I'm going to double down now. I'm going to double down now. All I needed to hear now. I'm motivated now. I'm going straight back to the shuffling.
I'm going to shuffle out on stage at Vicar Street when you come. That's my plan.
Now, I have to tell you about the upsides of my lovely long walks, right, in the Italian Alps, were that I decided, well, first of all, I was doing some writing in my head, so I was working, but I also decided I was going to listen to some pods, and my lovely pal, Amy Huberman, was talking to me, and she said, Dee, have you heard? Now, I had been listening to Amy Poehler's Good Hang.
Yeah.
Did you? I listened to a bit and then I stopped because you know the way you do. Yeah, that wasn't great.
Yeah.
But then she said, no, you have to listen to. Here we go now. The name, I'm blanking on the name. What's her name? The old one who's 92. Anyway, Gwyneth Paltrow's one.
Yes.
Woman Dratch, and
yes,
the American.
Rachel Dratch.
Do you know him? And who's the American who's now 92, who's everywhere at the moment?
She had her on her podcast a while ago.
Yeah.
I did listen to that episode. I just can't remember what your one's name is.
Oh, God. I have... Well, have you got the patience? Am I allowed to look this up?
Of course.
Or is that bad? I've got to... I can't...
Look it up.
This is where now I just get upset now when I can't find a name. Where's Good Hang? Here you are. Here's Amy Good Hang. Carol Burnett. Jesus, thank God for that. Carol Burnett. Your friend. Because what was she the star of? Annie.
The
Do you remember
sun come out, yes, tomorrow. Bet
Yeah,
your bottom
she
dollar
was
that
Miss Hannigan.
tomorrow. Little
She was
girls,
Miss Hannigan.
little girls, every night and day I sleep and drink.
Emma, treat yourself to that listen. Oh, Jesus.
I think I've
And
listened to
Amy
most of
Poehler,
Good
I'm
Hang.
sorry. Have you? Because Amy Poehler said to her, so what's the best thing about being 92? And she said, not being 105. Great answer.
Yeah.
And then she was telling the story of how when she was working on Annie, John Huston was the director. Lovely John Huston. Always handsome John Huston. She was the one who suggested that Miss Hannigan be a drinker. It wasn't in the script. It wasn't written that she was a drinker.
Yeah.
I think she should be a bit drunk.
Yeah.
John Huston was, okay, dear, I like that idea. Let's try it out. And then there was one scene, she said, where they made a musical number that was meant to be just her and one other person. They decided because it was a movie. They were taking from the stage show to the movie to make it a huge number with loads of people. And she thought, I think this is losing something. But anyway, I'm just an actress. I'll do what I'm told. So they did this huge number. And she goes into a closet to get a key or something and comes out with the key.
Yes.
That's what happens at the end. Anyway, off they went. They wrapped the movie. They go off. A month later, she gets a call. Dear, the big number is not working. We're going to do some reshoots. It's just going to be you and one other person. She was like, could have told you. I could have told you. So, okay, we're going to reshoot with just a small number. Great. However, she goes, small problem. She's telling Amy Poehler. At this point, I had no chin. She said, I realized that my jawline had just deteriorated. I had no chin, so I just thought, I'm just going to get that sorted. So when they wrapped the movie, she went and got herself a chin. So when they went back for the reshoots, and she had to go in and get the kid,
she had a chin.
To say to the director, John, there's a small problem.
I have a chin
just
now.
In terms of continuity, yeah. When we shot the last time, I had no chin. And now I do.
Yeah.
And he just looked at her and he said, okay, dear, well, just look determined.
So funny.
I just thought it was such a great story. And I just loved her telling it against herself. I just thought, what a funny woman. Christ. An absolute icon.
I like that she made Miss Hannigan a drunk.
Yeah.
It's very clever.
That's smart. That's just so
funny, clever. Because as well, it kind of gives license to the fact of how she treats the girls or her disinterest in them, and it just kind of actually makes the whole thing make more sense as well.
Yeah, middle-aged woman swilling wine, come on.
It's very clever.
Very clever. Oh, she's fabulous. That was very uplifting. And then I listened to Gwyneth Paltrow, our friend Gwyneth. Now, she
Yes.
did win me over again. She was
Yeah. You see, that's the thing she does, doesn't she?
very, very funny.
She did come across gas. Yeah, I did like
Yeah,
her.
no, I had to give it a fair play to Gwyneth now. She's doing very well. And then Emma last night. Now, this is sad, but did you ever watch Grey's Anatomy?
And now only a little bit.
Okay.
What happened last night?
I watched the whole of Grey's Anatomy, and Eric Dane, who was McSteamy, died.
Oh, yes.
I'm sure you saw this because it's all over.
Yes, I did see it. Yes.
Well, I was fucking heartbroken when I saw the news. He was to die for. And when he was called McSteamy, because obviously there was McDreamy, and you know who I'm talking about. Everybody loved McDreamy. And then this fella turned up, and he was to be the rival heartthrob in the show. And it opened, and it was very much like Mr. Darcy coming out of the lake. You know the way they always introduce Mr. Darcy coming out of the lake in his wet shirt, and everybody goes. So McSteamy came out of the shower, and that was your introduction. It was him coming out of the shower and just about wrapping a towel around him, and he was drop dead gorgeous. And essentially, he then became called McSteamy by the public, but it was a viral moment before there was phones. It was oh my God moment. Who the fuck is this? And that was Eric Dane. And oh my God, he was incredible in the show. That show, Jesus, that show. I absolutely loved it. It was phenomenal. It's still going, by the way. But I probably watched the first 6 or 7 seasons, and I think that original cast I'd watch it again. I'd actually watch it again. And my niece, Ellie, who is studying to be a doctor and nearly there, bless her, after 7 years of college. Yeah, she's only a couple of months left. She is a doctor, I'd say, because of Grey's Anatomy. I think there's a lot of kids who watch ER or Grey's Anatomy and just get hooked on the excitement and the flirting between the doctors and the constant. They go, Jesus, this is very thrilling, saving lives and flirting at the same time, and the intensity of it all. It's very appealing. So I think there's maybe a kid out there.
There could be something in that. But what happens? What's the story with the GPs?
What do you mean?
The GPs. Well, it doesn't seem that exciting.
But they still have no, it isn't. But they still have the same training. They still all spend some time in hospitals.
Yeah, they're
before
not flirting,
they decide what they're going.
They're not flirting.
They are. Well, the GPs, once they start in a little practice, aren't flirting. But when they're in the hospital with their other students, the students,
okay, so they're doing the flirting in the hospital, are they?
They're all flirting. They're students, for God's sake, in the hospital.
Flirt with each other. They're not flirting.
And then there's doctors, and there's just a couple of years old, and there's nurses, and there's doctors.
I get you. They're flirting with each other, and they're not flirting with us.
No, they're flirting with each other. Anyway, I have to get back to Eric Dane because he died, and I was so sad when I saw it. And then people started posting. Do you remember a couple of months ago, back to Gwyneth's husband, Brad?
Yes.
Do you remember a couple of months ago I told you he started this show called Famous Last Words?
Oh, yeah,
It's a very, very famous show in Denmark. When somebody dies in Denmark, everyone's like excited because they just want to see Famous Last Words because they record this interview and they're dead, but there they are.
Yes.
Yeah. So Brad Fulchuk bought the rights for this in America, and Jane Goodall, the scientist, was the first guest. And this guy, Eric Dane, Emma. So straight away after he died, up came the clips from his interview. So I watched it last night. Oh, Jesus. He got ALS, which is like motor neuron. He didn't even get a year. He didn't even get a year. Anyway, I mean, this sounds very depressing. I find those things incredibly uplifting. I mean, he was extraordinarily resilient. He said, I don't know why I'm not deeply depressed about this, but I'm not. I'm okay. And then I was grand, listening. He was just talking about his life and what he's good at, what he was bad at, regrets, relationships, yada, yada. And then it's just at the very end, Brad Fulchuk says, I'm going to leave the room now and you this is your opportunity to give your final words. And he just talked to his 2 daughters. Oh, well, cried my eyes out. Cried. It's worth the watch. Because I don't think the man has only just passed. Like, it's so...
I know. Do you know why I'm laughing? I'm laughing because I'm like, God, we're really caricatures of ourselves. I've done me detective Doran, nurse Doran bits, and you have finished off the episode with Deirdre does the deaths.
Deirdre does the deaths. Yeah. Yeah. Will I give you the takeaways, the uplifting takeaways, so it's not a downbeat thing. Because really he wanted to just leave best advice he could to his daughters, and
lovely.
Basically said, live now, stay in the present, stop worrying about the past, stop worrying in the future. There's just today, take today.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing to kind of constantly remind yourself.
It is. I was just going to say easier said than done.
Yeah. His second thing was stay very close to your friends. Cherish and adore your friends. It is your friends who will get you through all the shit, all the dark, awful times. And he even said, even in the last year, he said, it's the people who show up. He said, I wasn't able to go to the gym. I wasn't able to even go for a lunch, have a coffee. I couldn't do anything. They came to me, but they would have a beer with me. They would watch a match with me. They would listen to music with me. They just showed up. But anyway, he's just talking about the value of your friends. And honestly, I have to say, watching, I have a lot of old people in my life now at the moment. And that's when you do really realise, the friends are everything. It just comes down to who's your friends, and have you got friends to go with you to places and to hang with, and all of that. So that was the second one, and I think there was probably a third one. I can't remember it right now.
Are you going to start the uplifting bit now, or when is that coming?
The uplifting?
Okay, well, listen, thanks so much for listening to Keep keep your friends close and live every day as you can, because you're going to be fucking dead soon. So hope that's all right with you.
Well, between that and the don't be complaining. Don't be complaining. You just need to constantly remember how fucking lucky you are. That's it.
Yeah.
That's Deirdre's.
We have a live show coming up, don't we, in the Olympia in November?
Do you have the date of it, love? Do you have the date of it?
I don't have it on me there. I know it's November and it's in October. It's November and it's in October. It's in November and it's in the Olympia. If you head over to our Instagram page, or if you just you search Keep It Tight Live, you'll find it as well.
I have it in front of me. Sunday, November the 29th, a Sunday. And before that, on November the 8th, we're in Sligo, in the Art Deco Theatre. And on Sunday, December the 13th, oh my God, this is ages away, we're in the INEC in Killarney.
But it flies in. Because as you know yourself, I meet people at gigs and they're like, geez, we got the tickets ages ago and here you know what I mean? It's just like all of a sudden, then it comes.
Yeah.
So
I'd like to remind the people of Europe to come and see me, please. Anyone in Barcelona, Oslo or Copenhagen, would you please go onto my website, deirdreo'kane.net, and come and see me. Thank you.
Yeah, and spread the word. And I have new dates coming soon. Hopefully, emmadorancomedy.com. If you sign up for my mailing list, I know it's a bit of a pain in the hole, but if you're interested in that kind of thing, you will find out first when the new gigs are happening.
There you go.
And thanks to everyone who I've met over the last week at the gigs. These have been great crack. And we'll keep going.
Keep it tight. Thanks for listening. Spread the word. Spread the love. Thanks for listening to us.